Bitchular.
The bitch. At the bitch ball.
At the bitch ball. At the bitch ball.
What? Don't need
New
it.
on the market. I love it.
On the market. For single guys.
We're on the lookout
For single guys.
Do you know what I'm talking about? Of course I do. Okay. No, but I don't know what you're talking about, but I can quote it. Hey everyone, I'm Jan. Oh, hey everyone, I'm Jan from RuPaul's Drag Race.
And I'm Andrew Barret Cox, and today I'm really upset because I should have been born as a sand dollar. And welcome back to
It's a review.
where we review season 1 of
Slag Wars. Whoa!
Slag Wars. Cock Destroyers run this show.
And today we are reviewing episode 3.
Number 3, my lord.
Everybody out there, shout out to Shrek, who's given us so much.
Shout out to Julie Peterson for
Shreka.
Oh, while I'm painting my Andrew Lippas, I'm going to tell you guys why I think I'm a shoo-in for the role of Shreka. So, word on audition update is that Andy Blankenbugles will actually be in the room, and he was my vocal coach for Music Man.
Holy hell. Everybody go follow Just a Girl on Broadway. Really
Love her.
really funny stuff.
Love Julie.
Listen, there's a show, it's called Ask the Crown, there's a song I wrote called Julie, and it's a huge
It's a
production.
hit.
I thought you were a hit!
Thank you.
Yeah, it's a huge production number, and it talks about how Julie Cooper from the OC predicted reality television, social media, and the apocalypse.
So Ru tells us that we have to make a post-apocalyptic outfit, and I don't know what that means.
Pretty fun stuff.
Art.
Art, cat, boom.
Oh, Kevin went home. She said,
Kevin.
go despunk the world.
Yeah.
And
so-
then one of my favorite jingles, go despunk the world, Kevin.
Good lines.
Thank you. Yeah, I had a good time with that one.
And Kevin's gone. I'm so sad that we won't have
Kevin's gone, Kevin's gone.
that. Adam's gone. Adam's gone.
That's it.
There we go.
And now we're back, and Chase Icon gets revealed. Oh, these beautiful feathers.
Yeah.
First of all, those feathers are expensive.
These expensive.
I've tried to get those before for like a show. They're very expensive.
Do you
So
want to just use mine?
you have like giant feather fans.
I mean, I have wings that we can turn into fans.
I have wings.
have
And I can fly.
I can fly. Like somebody, like the little kid who like will eventually go sharp.
But, no, but also like his
I
voice
can
changes in the
fly.
middle. His voice changes, so normally he was doing up the octave, and now he's like, I can
Yeah.
fly.
Like
Yeah.
midway through rehearsal. That sucks. Have you seen the video of that guy, of that like kid at church who like sucks in the helium? Like,
Yes.
Who also sings? Yeah, and actually, yeah, of course, the classic church hymn, Into the Unknown.
But with Chase saying, okay, it's the cabaret challenge, which is why here we are, cabaret. Life is a cabaret, old chum. Shout out to Kaylee Cronin. Chase is saying, okay, cabaret, and then we start out this episode with a little drama.
Yeah, a little tension in the tub. Basically,
Basically, he said, come on, guys. Let's show the world that Laramie is not this kind of a town.
Hot tub, hotter tension.
Tension.
Yeah, so they get in, and essentially they're like, oh my god, did you like, how was it yesterday? And then Nikki's like, I'm over the bullshit.
I love it.
And then we break down this bullshit, which was kind of behind the scenes. And I do know that there was a lot more drama that we weren't seeing.
Whoa.
Yeah. So I just heard about it afterwards because I wasn't even there.
And I like what Kane said, being like, hey, like, we're all kind of like a marginalized, like, group in this industry. Like, you know, sex work is not something that is necessarily, you know, well received by so many different people. And
Right.
like, we should all stick together instead of trying to tear each other down.
Yeah, it just seems like there was the miscommunication and
It's on stage.
miscommunication. Oh, we haven't done one of those in a while.
Yeah.
I had one the other day, right? Amber, Waves of Green. That's for like an American queen.
I love that one. Yeah.
And so
I'm
there
a forest fire who loves the 4th of July, caused by a gender reveal. I'm Amber. Amber, waves of grain.
But no, it's my.
Remember that forest fire cost? I'm sorry, I'm all over the place. But remember that forest fire that was started by a gender reveal? reveal. How horrible.
That, guys,
stop
do you remember
gender
what
reveals.
happened in
Stop
2020?
gender reveals.
What could be more beautiful than a bunch of adults gathering together just to fixate on the genitals of an infant? I mean, your friends and your family, they want to know, what is between that baby's legs? So, when you find out someone's pregnant, what's the first thing you think? You go, ooh, I wonder if that baby's gonna have a tiny little cock, or if the baby's gonna have a tiny little pussy. So I've come
So close to being out of this 2020. I don't get the emotional people. Listen, I can understand when people are being emotional. What? What'd you say?
Jan sobbing on
Yeah, you're like, I don't get the emotion. You're like, yeah, I mean,
Oh yeah, but you know this. Whenever you've cried, what do I say to you?
Suck it the f.
It was let's say, suck it up. But that just is
Save those tears for your pillow!
I don't know. I think I'm gonna go to Baskin Robbins.
Or like when you go to try to console someone, you're like a third or like fourth party, and they're just like, get away! It's just like you don't need to go there.
Yeah, Nikki, we had a conversation with Nikki last week when we were filming this, and Nikki was fully like, villainize me.
Oh my god, she was like,
And I'm kind of
I was like,
like-
no, we're so excited, we love you, and she was like, what the hell?
Like,
She's
pissed
like,
at us.
She's like, please be me.
For the record, I do really like Nikki.
Love Nikki.
I really like everyone in this cast, to be
Same.
honest. They're all having their little argument, whatever. And then Matthew Camp is like,
You piggy's getting clean.
work.
Right?
Excuse me. And so they all go into the yard and they have foreplay after they get out of the hot tub.
Foreplay challenge, foreplay challenge.
And I just have to say, Rebecca looks so good in this curly hair. I don't know if this is a wig, I don't know if this is her natural hair, but I am loving it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba, I'm loving it. Yeah, and Sophie, of course, is in these long locks.
Yeah, I love Inch's mama. I love
think that's
it.
Rebecca's real hair.
Yeah, but she looks so good. They both look amazing, as usual.
They do, and I love this. Fuck, it's
Hold
a
on.
Sunday.
Hello?
The subtlety.
I am so gagged at this challenge right now. Riding the cock, I'm floored. There's so many things to unpack right now.
Gotta unpack your adjectives.
I am gagged. So basically, the first up is Gustavo, and Gustavo is riding that
Ride
cock.
that cock.
And
Yeah.
I'm loving it. He's obviously having a great time. He's like 3 days in the house. I'm loving looking at that big cock.
Right.
I'm going, good for you. The cock doesn't seem stable.
No.
And so Nikki then comes in and has the job of doing it the second time.
Uh-huh.
And the cock's destroyed. Let's be honest.
Honey.
And so Nikki says, the only cock that's gonna get rid of it is mine.
Yeah.
And I live. And so Nikki is fully demolishing this cock, throwing it up, down, all around.
And you go up, down, all around, talking about true romance.
Whoa.
Yeah.
The best part about all of this is that after that cock is done, everyone just starts cheering, fresh cock, fresh cock, fresh cock, fresh cock.
But you have to replay because you just see something go, get rid of that! It's useless! Off! To this like deflated balloon.
Rid of that! Off! That's it! Get rid of that dick! It's useless!
It's everything I like about this show. Like, you're like, okay, what would these contestants be doing? Well, yeah, riding a cock, but then it's like, they do it in such a tongue-in-cheek way. It's like, oh.
I love it.
It's so funny and silly, and I like that they're just like, be funny, have fun.
Be free, don't fight and fight.
Oh my god.
Don't fight and fight. I
You know-
say that, I wanna be free,
Joe
don't fight and fight.
You know, Reed Northrop used to think it was safety in Haiti.
Yes.
Right?
Born this way.
Born this way, safety in Haiti.
So next up is Tyrese! And
Tyrese is like, fuck mom.
My favorite is that they're like, I am gonna show off my dance technique. And it's like when I hear that from them, I'm like, okay, they're gonna do like some pirouettes and they're gonna like split. Tyrese is doing floor work, mama. And I live. Tyrese is down
Rolling
there on
on
the
the
floor,
floor.
rolling, but like also giving me like a split. Yeah, exactly. And it's so much fun. I also would like to point out, they are doing the ALS bucket challenge right now. And because apparently the water is so
Right.
and they are all freaking out. And I get it. I do not like to be sprayed with hose water, and so I get it completely, and I feel for them. But Tyrese did
That's
a great
such a
job.
niche. By the way, like one of my things is like, if you have a hose, do not spray me.
Yeah, don't spray me.
What is that?
Don't touch me. Don't spray
Oh my god.
Next up is Kane, who has ridden a lot of cocks in his life, as he says, and I love that Kane is like, I'm doing what I do in bed. I'm straddling it, grabbing it by
And
the throat,
spitting in its
and
throat.
spitting in its mouth. I was
It's like,
like,
oh yeah.
I love this show. I
We
love
are-
it. I
but
love it.
having
The
a
last
good
person
time. Yeah.
to go is Cameron. And this is a really serious moment, everyone, because Cameron does not do this often.
He
Cameron
does
is
not get on a balloon.
hates these kinds of challenges, and I get it. This reminds me of the bee challenge that we did on RuPaul's
Right.
Drag Race season 12.
Right.
And as the bee, I did take. I get it. I did
Be
take.
yourself.
I will say this: it is tougher to like let loose and have fun when you know that people are going to be watching you.
If this was just like us hanging out in the backyard, of course we would all be idiots. But it's like when there's cameras on and you have to be
Right.
done. It's
Right.
probably
It's a little different.
we're all in the social media age. We're all conscious of what we look like, and it's hard. Come on up, Romy, your stitches just come out. Oh,
I haven't seen you in drag in so long. Do
look
you
at this
remember
boy.
me?
He just got his
Hi,
stitches
honey.
out. Stitches are out of Romy.
It's Bachelor night. Hi, Hal.
Oh yes, it's Bachelor night, and if the feeling's right. Cameron does a great job.
And wins.
No, we don't know that yet. Well, yes, he wins. We do know it. All right, guys. Tonight is Le Coq Cabaret. You're gonna do a cabaret. We're gonna see your talents.
Yeah, and I'm excited because we've seen a lot of the dancers, and we've seen, acting. Now it's time to see
Acting.
acting. Is the hardest profession in the world. Hard work.
The hardest profession is acting.
Dance, music.
The hard work. The hardest profession in the world.
I'm alive,
And I will survive.
Show the world that I can take it.
When I hit the heart, by do it. Do it. I have a video of me when I did that when I was a lot younger. There's this part at the end where you go, hard work, step, pivot, step it, bum, bum.
Whoa.
But I'm in the back row and I was like, I'm gonna pull a trick, mama.
Hey,
I go,
mama.
hard
You know exactly what I'm talking about.
work. So we find out after Cameron wins that tonight's gonna be a double penetration elimination. Oh God. Then there's this part she goes, break a leg tonight. Rebecca goes, break a cock.
Break a
That's
so bad for you.
Cigarettes are bad for you. Cut to this movie cigarettes. It's Brandon Mooney.
Cigarettes kill.
They really do.
They do.
There's myriad wild and wonderful ways to say no. No thanks. No thanks.
Tyrese and Nikki finally have their moment to talk, and Nikki explains how she's feeling, and Tyrese is like, oh, I haven't had the moment yet to tell you that I'm non-binary, and we both have this thing in common. And
Yeah.
then Nikki's like, well, I didn't know. Okay, so now we're good, and it was a miscommunication. It's squashed.
Love. And then we move on to the cabaret.
Oh, not yet.
Oop, just kidding.
And then we just go to these little vignettes where like,
Kidding!
oh my gosh, oh. Kidding! Kane and Cameron are both gonna be doing a roast. So it's like the battle of the roasts. Who's gonna
Okay.
win? Tyrese is dancing, and then we find out Gustavo is just going to eat.
Cool.
Nikki, what are you doing? And she's like, I'm gonna win a cabaret. That's all you need to know. And so it's kind of a mystery.
Yeah.
And then we go on to Le Coq Cabaret, or Matt does these weird hands. Le Coq, I don't know what he does. Le Coq Cabaret.
And with special guest, Bag of Chips.
There she is. Hello, everybody. Much better. First up at Le Coq Cabaret is Nikki Monet.
Nikki Monet comes out in this gorgeous tuxedo. She's got her hair slicked back.
I think she actually made this herself. I might be
Nikki,
wrong,
good
but
the for you.
Yeah.
Thank God. She's great.
It's awesome.
This is really, really good. I would tip this bitch a 20 if I saw this live.
100%.
It's so good.
My favorite thing is like Nikki wasn't like, he didn't come in and was like, oh, I'm a dancer. Like we didn't know Nikki was a dancer.
No, we had no idea she was a dancer.
I'm a dancer.
And so she came out and was like, boom, boom, boom.
I love.
It was so good. Rebecca or Sophie said like, this is classic cabaret.
Yeah.
Like Nikki heard cabaret and was like, I got it.
I got it, baby. Yeah. This is what I do.
Then we go on to
Kane.
And Kane is doing a roast, and I put music under this, and apparently people were like, oh no, comedy doesn't have music under it, so it is just silent. Up to you whether that works or not.
Yeah, it's a shame. I hope that you don't put any music under our shows because this is comedy. And I think that Kane is doing a great job at this, but the funniest part about this whole thing to me is Cameron being like, so Kane is actually doing a roast and he's actually funny and that's really annoying. And I'm kind of like, yeah, Kane has like been funny this whole time.
Right,
like,
exactly.
Why are you surprised that Kane's doing well in a comedy challenge when he's been funny the whole time? It's like, girl.
I love this outfit that Kane's wearing.
I love it.
The
All
like
the
the dunce
ribbons.
cap with the like prize. I love it.
So next up is Tyrese, and they absolutely slaughter this. I'm obsessed. Tyrese is such an amazing dancer, super flexible, love all the tricks. I'm obsessed with that they literally grabs the bar above the stage and then was like, ooh, and then dropped into a split. They're amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Incredible. Also, I love their outfit. It's very, you know that Family Guy episode where Lois and Peter are like slowly getting into bondage gear?
Yes. But having like a casual conversation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Same outfit.
Love it. Yes! Oh my god, it is!
So.
I love it.
It's a completely different woman.
Sorry, you'll have to raise your hand, otherwise I don't know who's talking.
Speak for me. Speak for me. The same.
We have Cameron, and to be honest, and this is the second roast of the night, I thought that Cameron's was funny. I'm also the person who, like, whenever I've done roasts in the past, people don't roast
Your roasts
me.
are really good though.
Thanks. And two, I was actively taking over her daycare at therapy. Because I want people to be mean to me. Like, I want people to say some, like, really sensitive that is so good. Like, I want someone to dig really deep down and, like, breathe me. But I can see how if some people aren't in that same mindset where they really want to be, like, raked through the coals, like, that's... I get why, like, I get why someone could be, disappointed, I guess.
Or like upset.
Or upset, yeah.
That's my thing. I have a very dark sense of humor.
Right.
And when times that I've tried to come up with jokes for you, you're like, I literally can't say that.
Right.
But for me, I'm just like, why not?
Gustavo is eating and making food and throwing flour, and I thought that it was funny and campy and kitschy.
You know I love a pour milk on yourself moment.
Right. Gustavo did just that. And I thought it was good, I thought it was okay.
I did just that. Oh, that's you. I was like, what is that? It's Clubland.
I did just that. Remember when I had no idea what acting was? Funny.
Acting is the hardest profession in the world. You know, you come onto the show and now Rebecca and Sophie are like, okay, you have to have like a talent that works on stage. Like, can you sing? Can you act?
You know
can
what
you
it
dance?
reminded me of? What? It reminded me of the discongeniality talent portion where Sandra Bullock is literally playing the fucking cups. My favorite movie ever. And you know what, Gustavo? She came in fucking second, so good for you.
If you shoot an arrow real high. And so that concludes this portion of the
Cabaret.
I'm Amber.
IQ,
Luann.
Joey, Mikey,
Becky.
Rebecca, Sophie, Matt, and Baga have a little session where they sort of discuss everybody and how they're doing, and it's really hard.
Let me catch my breath. This is really hard.
It's hard to judge people based off of the different things that they are doing.
Right, and like Kane and Cameron are in like a whole other category, and it's like,
Right.
okay, well, they both did roasts. Who was funnier? Like, yes, Kane was more like bam, bam, bam.
Bam Bam saved Pebbles.
But Cameron had more material, so it's
Right.
very just like, which one, you know?
Exactly. So Romy, I will be petting Romy like this. And then I'll stop petting Romy. I'll put my hand out here, and Romy will say, "Nope, you gotta come back, baby." So
first up, we have Tyrese! Tyrese! And they come in, and Sophie's like,
That is something. That is something. And I've.
and Rebecca's like,
You know,
Okay,
over top-
Sophie.
And then we're like, we're feeling the tension here.
right, it's getting really crazy, and we're all wondering, is Tyrese, who did a fantastic job, gonna make it to the finals? And the answer is absolutely.
Tyrese
so
killed
Tyrese
it?
is moving on to the finals.
Tyrese is moving on.
Nikki is up, and basically they are like, you're moving through. Sophie says,
My favorite is like Rebecca's kind of like being bad cop. This is very
Right.
good cop, bad cop.
and Matt is saying defund the police.
Yeah, he's saying A cop. And Rebecca's being a little shady. They're playing a little like, is she gonna get this golden lip moment?
Right.
And then Sophie's like, yes, no, wait. So Nikki is on to the finals.
Good for you, Nikki. I loved it. I'm so happy for you.
Loved it. And then next up is Gustavo. And we find out that Gustavo is being destroyed.
Gustavo had it right by saying it wasn't the worst people who was going home, it was the best people who were moving on.
And we love Gustavo. Like everybody, I think he's a fan favorite. Like you can tell he has such a big
He's
heart.
a sweetie. Yeah.
Totally. So this isn't the last we're gonna see of Gustavo.
Yeah.
I'm making.
I have a feeling.
Uh-huh.
I have a feeling we haven't seen the last of you yet.
Yes, and Kane, so now we're left with the two roasters. And Kane gets a little bit of heat from Rebecca saying, you know, do you think that you are, you know, more towards the top or towards the bottom?
Says I'm towards the top, and she says, "Oh, you're confident." Well, you completely insulted us.
Yeah, do you think that's going to land you in the top 3?
And Kane says, "Yeah."
Kane is moving on to the final!
Yay, congrats, Kane. So now we know our top 3 is Kane, Nikki, and Tyrese.
Yes.
And so we already know that, and then Cameron comes in and sits down, and they're like, "Oh, all right, you know, you were really funny, but it was a little bit too much fire and not enough."
Well, he had music under that. Maybe it would have been a little bit different.
That's the end of the episode, but then we're saying, oh boy, let me tell you, it's about to get a lot more dramatic next day. And then we see Cameron and we hear a bunch of police sirens, so we're like, what's happening?
Whoa. And then Matt Cam comes in and says, "A cab,
A cop,
fresh cop, fresh cop."
get rid of that cop, he's useless. Also, my favorite thing is when they're like talking to Kane and they're just like, who sucks time? He's like, oh God. And they're like, well, you have to be honest to be a cock destroyer.
To be a cock destroyer, you have to be honest.
True, this is true.
I was like, right, they're just making things up.
Right.
It's like, well, you need to know the ins and outs of the NXIVM cult if you want to be a cock destroyer.
Yeah. Well, you need to be on Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez's close friends list on Instagram to be a cock destroyer.
Well, you need to have seen the show, the United States of Tara. If you want to be a cock destroyer, you need to see the United States of Tara. I'm really excited to see what happens in this finale.
Me too. I love the top 3. I think that it's so deserved. They are all so amazing. And
I don't know what drama's coming up. Oh God. We've done a photo shoot challenge. We've done a
acting challenge, like kind of like
basically.
a viral video challenge, a cabaret.
A cabaret. So what could be next?
Yeah. Who knows?
Who knows?
Well, tune in to find out. Slag Wars is on the internet every single Friday. What do you mean? What? It is.
What do you mean? What is that?
You can watch Slag Wars every single Friday.
You could stop at 5 or 6 stores, or just one.
So tune in to the grand finale, which is coming up.
Or it's already happened.
All right, everyone. Well, thank you for joining us for another episode of to Review. I am Jan.
And I'm Andrew Barret Cox.
And
we'll see you on the flip side.
And I will see you on the flip side.
And go listen to the Slag House full theme featuring yours truly and Desmond is amazing.
Buy it.
Slag Wars, we're the ones who wanna know. Slag Wars, Cox Destroyers run the show. Slag Wars, we're the ones who wanna know. Slag Wars, Cox Destroyers run the show.